Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. In this episode, I downloaded an IG live on how I go from being in a rut to my best month ever. This episode is just means so much to me because I know that so many people are going through this right now, and it's something that happens a lot in businesses, and it's not something that you just like it happens to you once you get over. But I know there's different seasons in business, so I really made this episode for you guys to come back again and again and again for years, right? Because we will be building our empires for years. We'll be here forever. So use this as your little Bible. Come back here, and if you really liked this episode, please message me on Instagram. I love chatting with you guys, and like and share it as well. I love you guys. Are you really unmotivated, or do you just have a fear of success? Are you really unmotivated, or do you just think, what's the point? No one's going to buy. Are you really unmotivated, or are you just burnt out? Are you really unmotivated? Are you just comparing yourself to everyone? And are you really unmotivated, or do you just hate your current strategy? Are you really unmotivated, or are you just impatient? Let's dive into this. I have found a theme right now in the industry, and I know it's a theme when I'm going through it, when my clients are struggling with this. And so when I find that everyone that I'm talking to are struggling with the same thing, I know it's time to talk about it and to help you guys through it. I am the queen from experience of going from being in a rut to having my best month ever, of being in a rut to being completely and totally motivated and back to myself again. Last year, it wasn't last year, it was 2021. 2021, I had horrible anxiety and seasonal depression, and I was completely unmotivated. And it was the first time that it really happened in my business to this extent. And I took off November and December, right? And I took off November and December, and I was just like, I am going to just relax, and I will be back when the motivation hits. And I kept telling myself, when the motivation hits, I will be back. And guess what, you guys? January 1st came, and I kept telling myself, when January 1st comes, my motivation will be back. I know it. January 1st came, and nothing changed. I woke up, and I was the same person I was in 2021 that I was in 2022. And just because I thought that that day was going to change everything for me, I quickly realized something so important about motivation in your business. It doesn't come from a change in the planets, from Mercury retrograde. It doesn't come because it's January 1st. It doesn't come because you made a sale. Motivation comes from within. Motivation comes from the tips that I am going to tell you, right? So if you aren't having your best month, if you are completely unmotivated, if you don't want to show up, if you don't want to post, I'm going to help you during this podcast and this live, and I'm going to change everything for you. And I want you to come back to this every time you're feeling completely deflated and unmotivated in your business. I want this to be your Bible, this episode that you have on repeat. So I've been there, and what I realized is that it comes from within. And so I cultivated these tips so that whenever I have a rut again, I'm able to get out of it. So let's dive into this. Are you really unmotivated, or do you just have a fear of success? I didn't say a fear of failing. I said a fear of success, right? Are you really unmotivated? Or when your business is doing really good, does your ego say, wait, success is really effing scary? Can you really handle that? You have so many clients right now. Jen, Sam, whoever else is on this live, right? You have so many clients right now. Can you really handle that? Wait, success is scary as fuck. Your subconscious will come up with all the reasons to start self-sabotaging, right? And it'll tell you that success is so scary that you should stop posting. You should stop doing the basics, right? You should stop doing the things that you know are going to get you the results. What I have found in my own business is that when I'm having an incredible month, the next month I self-sabotage. I think that I need to be doing more and more and more. I need to be doing the next big thing. I need to come out with this huge new offer. When in reality, I just need to do the things that I did last month to get me to my current goal. So what happens is I start to tell myself, I need to come out with this new huge offer. When in reality, I just stopped posting about my offers. I stopped showing up every day. I stopped creating unbelievable content, right? I stopped making my podcast. I stopped doing the basics because I started self-sabotaging because of my fear of success. Where are you not going back to the basics? Where are you deciding that success is scary and you're subconsciously sabotaging yourself? I want you to start to look. Are you doing the things that you did that month that you had that really high month? Or are you telling yourself that success is scary and it doesn't feel safe? If that is the case, how can you reprogram your mind, right, to actually believe that success is safe? This is why it's crucial to do the mindset work every single day, right? And here's the thing. Even when I try and self-sabotage now, I've created the habits that I need every day. Oh, Jen, I'm so happy you made this for me. I'm so glad. So even when my brain tries to self-sabotage and says success is scary, right? I have created habits just like brushing my teeth in my business that I do every day. If I didn't brush my teeth every day, I would literally gag. Like there's no way. I wake up and that's the first thing I do every single morning. I literally need to do that before I eat anything. It is ingrained in myself. I would ask myself like, are you feeling okay if I didn't brush my teeth that day? Same thing with the habits in my business. So even when motivation dips, I've reprogrammed my subconscious brain to run the show. So every day, non-negotiables for me, 3 are posting, creating stories, and serving my clients. And maybe even nurturing in the DMs. Those are all habits. Those are non-negotiables. If I do anything that day, that's what I'm going to do. But guess what? It became a habit, right? I have created this habit through my subconscious mind, and that's just my lifestyle now. That's absolutely what I'm going to do every single day. And if I don't do it, it would feel effing weird. It would feel insane. I would be like, what's going on here, right? And so we also want to, with this, are you unmotivated or do you just have a fear of success? We want to reprogram your brain to be motivated, to see yourself as the successful version. Are you currently seeing yourself as someone who's not successful? Are you seeing yourself as a baby entrepreneur? Wait, I need water. People that stay on the podcast are probably like, what's going on? I'm just choking. So anyways, have you programmed your brain to feel like that baby coach? Have you programmed your brain to not see yourself as successful? So what's happening? Your ego is saying it's safer to act as that baby coach energy, and it's not safe to hit your next level. What we want to do is familiarize your subconscious with your next level more than your current level. We want to start visualizing yourself as a successful person. I'm dying over here. Okay. We want to start visualizing yourself as that successful person, right? We want to start going to bed every night and seeing yourself having your DMs pop up, having so many people want to work with you, having everything work out for you. You want to see yourself at those 10K months, at those 20K months, whatever you're going through for. You want to see yourself as your next level self, because what's going to happen? You are going to start acting as her, right? You are going to show up as her. Your beliefs create the actions you take. So if you believe that you are already at your next level, your body has no choice other than show up and act as if you are at that next level. This is huge. We could stop the podcast, the live right here. So next, are you really unmotivated, or do you just think, what's the point? No one's buying. This one is huge, you guys, going off of visualizing yourself as the next level success. What happens to our brains is we're like, okay, but why would I post today? No one's bought. Why would I show up? No one's bought. Why would I go on my stories? Why would I go live? No one's bought from me. No one shows up to my lives. Why would I do that, right? That's what your brain says. It says, just keep small, because what happens is, this is going to blow your mind. Humans are used to familiarity. Because we love familiarity, we want to know what's going to happen next. So if you don't post, you know you're not going to get a sale. Your ego has told you you're not going to get a client. So if you don't post, you can predict the future. You're not going to get a client, right? This is why our brains do this. They want to actually see the outcome before it happens. So they know that if they make you not post and you don't show up, then you're going to be correct. We want to change this. I want you guys to wake up every day instead of saying who's going to buy, and picture me literally giving you a $5,000 client just for showing up, right? Picture every morning that I'm like, as long as you post a piece of content, as long as you go on your stories, maybe you go live, right? As long as you nurture your clients, you will get a $5,000 content. Are you going to show up? Absolutely. Anyone would do that. And here's the thing. These are the actions you have to take to get that client. If you knew you were going to get that client, you would show up. Your brain is telling you that you're not going to get them regardless. We need to switch that around, right? We get in this belief system that nothing's working, so what's the point? And then we spiral and we get stuck. Your beliefs directly create the actions you take. So if you think, what is the point? No one's going to buy, you won't post, right? Instead, I want you to get in the mindset of, I don't know what's going to happen next. The what if game. I love the what if game. What if I post and my next post goes viral? What if I go live and someone really needed to hear that and then they buy from me? What if my ideal client is going to wake up tomorrow and decide that they are ready to invest in my program, but I didn't sell it, right? What if? Start playing the positive what if game. What if I post and everything goes my way, right? What if I sell on my stories and my dream clients come in? What if? And here's the thing. This isn't bullshit, right? I know a girl, and I've talked to her in the DM. She's freaking fantastic. She was posting reels for 2 years, posting 2 years. Right? She had 2,000 followers. She was posting reels for 2 years. And she posted one day and that reel went absolutely freaking viral. It hit 1 million people and she got 100,000 followers overnight. What if she decided that she was going to give up reels forever because it wasn't working? She couldn't see how close she was for everything to take off. We are in this for the long term. I'm going to get into this later, but you are in this for the long term, right? I want you to create these habits where you're not just thinking, how do I get a sale today? You're thinking, what do I do to run my business, right? We want to reverse engineer. If I want clients, then every day I need to be taking these habits. Same thing if you want to lose weight, it's science. If I want to lose weight, I need to be going to the gym X amount of times a week, and I need to be eating healthier. It is math. It is math with business as well, right? If you reverse engineer, this is what I have to do to get clients, and you show up and do that every day, it's inevitable that the clients are going to come. So I want you to reprogram your brain to what if. I want you to reprogram your brain to today is going to happen. This is so exciting. I can't believe I'm going to get a client just by selling on my stories. What if my next reel goes viral? What if, right? Get into the positivity. What's going to happen next? I guarantee you it's going to motivate you to want to do whatever it is, right? For example, if I told you going to the gym for 4 weeks, you are going to lose weight, would you do it? Yes. If I told you you would go to the gym for 4 weeks and you wouldn't lose weight, would you do it? No. Start telling your brain the outcome that you want to happen. Next. And let me know if you guys are loving this. I love when you guys are vocal in the chat. Okay, so are you really unmotivated, or do you think what's the point and are just burnt out, right? Are you really unmotivated, or are you just burnt out? So this has happened to me plenty of times, right? I've gotten burnt out. I've learned how to deal with burnt out. But sometimes we get to a point in our business where we're like, we can't take off a week. That would ruin everything. That would ruin all the results, right? And I know a lot of you guys have been at the same place where it just feels like, I can't take a day off my business. I can't take a week off. But in reality, if you are burnt out, all you need is a week off, right? Hi, Julia. All you need is a week off. So if you're going to the gym for 12 weeks, they actually suggest that you take a week off, because when you take a week why can't I speak? When you take a week off the gym, right? It actually helps your muscle mass over time. It creates better results and your mindset gets better. Same with your business. If you were to take a week off in your business because you're feeling burnt out and you decide, I'm going to take this week off and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to kill it better than ever before, think about how much motivation you would have. Think about how your engagement would go up because you took off a week, and your Instagram stories, the first one you posted, would get triple the amount of views, right? It is okay to take a week off if you're burnt out. I'd rather you do that instead of burn yourself out for the whole year and then decide you want to burn the business to the ground. So I want you to ask yourself, where can you take a day off and just watch Netflix for the whole day? Where can you take a week off and then come back to your business more motivated than ever? That can be the difference between saving your mindset in your business and it plummeting and failing. Next, are you really unmotivated or are you just comparing yourself to everyone else's journey? We all do this, right? It's easy to be jealous of someone else when you aren't busy in your own business. This is what I've learned. When I'm busy scrolling other people's content, watching their wins and watching their stuff blow up, I ask myself, what did I do today? Was I working on anything? Was I busy creating content? Right? Was I heads down? Because what happens is when you're watching everyone else and getting discouraged by their wins, you're not actually working on your own business. And that's when you don't feel good about yourself. Let me ask you guys this. I always say this with my friends that if we don't go to the gym that week and then we go out, we'll automatically feel like before we go out, we're not feeling good about our bodies. But if I were to say go to the gym for 3 days that week, I looked the same as I did the week I didn't go. I still felt better about my body. I was like, I think I look good, right? Why? Because you're actually doing something to get to your goal. So same with your business. If you're not creating in your business and you're just looking at everyone else creating, you're going to feel bad about your business regardless. If you pause, don't look at anyone else's stuff, and you start creating your business, you're going to feel like you have that momentum to keep going. What's in motion stays in motion. Motivation to me actually isn't just something that happens. It's when I'm in motion, right? When I'm creating, when I'm doing my stories, when I'm posting content, when I'm doing a masterclass, when I'm talking to you guys, when I'm on live, that's what makes me want to keep going and keep creating content, right? So what's in motion stays in motion. If you're not motivated, do not wait for motivation. Wake up and actually just do action. And because you did that piece of action, you're going to want to do the rest. One of my tips is I will set a timer for 5 minutes and just start to do something that I put off. And I guarantee after those 5 minutes, you're going to be so in flow that you're going to keep doing it. Action creates action. Have you ever been like, all I have to do is get to the gym? Once you get to the gym and you go on the treadmill for 10 minutes, it's the easiest hack. You end up staying for a whole workout. I love it. So next, are you really unmotivated or do you just hate your current strategy, right? It is hard to keep up with a strategy if you don't like it. I've done 101 diets in the book and none of them ever worked till I actually just realized I can intuitive eat, and that's what really worked for me, right? The same thing with your business. Are you using someone else's strategy and it's burning you out, right? Do you need to hire someone in your business? Yes. I love the 100 signs. So yeah, do you need to hire someone in your business, right? Do you need to figure out an easier way that's going to make you more motivated? Do you have to invest in someone else's strategy and then find out that you like their strategy more than yours, right? If you are unmotivated, you might just hate your current strategy and need to find something else that fits your lifestyle and that you like doing, and you wake up and you're like, I'm excited to do this. There's 101 ways to do something else. Maybe you don't like making reels, but you like making carousel posts, right? Maybe you don't like, doing a podcast, but you like going live. There's 101 ways to do something. Figure out the way that lights you up. And then, are you really unmotivated or are you just impatient? This is the last one, and I love this one because I think that people don't realize that it is a long-term game, our business, right? You might be unmotivated for 2 weeks in the beginning of May, and then you could snap yourself out of it and get back to your business. But 1 month isn't going to ruin everything for you, right? You are in this for the long-term gain. Sometimes when you're trying to make those quick cash injections, that's when it feels like I need everything to happen right now. What if you had a slower May and that made for the biggest June in the whole world, right? So are you really unmotivated or are you just not being patient enough? I've heard this story of one of my coaches said that she talked about her private coaching for 3 months and she didn't give up. Anyone else might have given up, right? 3 months go by and 1 week she ended up signing 3 clients, right? I think her prices were like 10 grand. That means she talked about her coaching for 3 months, and at the end of that, she signed $30,000. That sounds worth it to me. But if you're too impatient and you tell yourself that the action you're taking is not going to breed the result, you're going to stop doing it. Stop looking at your business as day to day, week to week, month to month. Start looking at the long term. What do you have to do to eventually build this empire? That's going to keep you in it. So my loves, we always say tomorrow will be better, and then tomorrow comes and we're still unmotivated, right? We barely want to post, we're doing the bare minimum, and we're blaming Mercury retrograde for why we are feeling this way. When in reality, motivation isn't something that comes and goes, it's something we create. So I hope that this podcast helped you. And I want you guys to remember, all you have to do when you're unmotivated is really change. It's a mindset problem. You are unmotivated because you don't think you are going to get the results from taking the action. Listen to this podcast whenever you need it, over and over again. And I love you all so much. And I hope that this helped.